But I first want to start out by talking about what it means to be Jewish. What it means to be, first off, how many of you are Jewish in here, identify as Jewish? Raise your hands. It's a lot of people. Wait, actually, can you stand up? I want to see better, actually. Can you just stand up? I want to see. Yeah. It's a lot of people. So, okay, thanks. So what's it mean to be Jewish? And what I need 2 volunteers who haven't spoken before, who just can come down and just say, I don't know, just tell us something about being Jewish. There's a woman, I need a guy. I need a guy. A Jewish man. Just come down. We're just gonna take like 5 minutes. So, what's it mean to be Jewish? Who wants to start? Like what? Let me just say, where are you from? You're gonna start.
Northern New Jersey.
Northern New Jersey?
Yeah.
And where are you from, bro?
Bucks County, PA.
And are you religious Jewish? Let's talk about this a little bit, because maybe one of you can explain like religion, culture, etc.
I'm Reformed, which means I'm probably the least religious on the scale of the 3 scales of Judaism.
Reformed, which means what? Do you ever go to Shabbat, for example?
So
if your parents drag you?
Yeah. I was bat mitzvahed, and I went to Hebrew school 12 years of my life.
Wait, bat mitzvahs. Can you
Yeah.
explain what that is?
A bat mitzvah, for anybody who doesn't know, is a celebration of you becoming a man or a woman in the Jewish community. For girls, it's 12 years old. For men, it's 13. And it's your first time reading from the Torah, so it's a really big deal. And you have to chant the whole thing, and you have to do additional prayers. I did all the prayers by myself, and then you have a big party afterwards.
So it's kind of like, for Christians, it's like being christened, something.
Kinda like
confirmation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bro, how about you? Are you?
So I was Reformed for a little bit, and then conservative for a little bit, conservative's kind of more in the middle, kind of depends on your family. But I was more Reformed, went to Hebrew school every Wednesday and Sunday, kind of people go to CCD, had my bar mitzvah, all that type of stuff. Only we go to synagogue on holidays, otherwise not really.
So is your family? Do you guys what do you do on holidays?
So on the important holidays like Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, we go to synagogue, go to services. And other ones we just have a dinner for Hanukkah or Passover, and the family just get together.
And what do you do at the services at synagogue? I mean, because most of the class has no idea. They've never. What do you do? What do you all do?
I mean, I haven't been to church, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Just in a good amount of it's in English. There's some English prayers and type poems type stuff, and then a lot of it's in Hebrew. You sing a little bit. Sometimes at the end, you drink wine, eat food afterwards.
And you recite from the Torah?
Certain people recite from the Torah each time.
Mm-hmm.
I only did for my bar mitzvah.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's pretty correct. Usually it's a member of a senior member of the congregation who does a Torah portion. Every high holiday, so Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, you have certain members of the congregation come up and do a Torah portion. My dad always did a Torah portion. But yeah.
Do your parents go to synagogue every week?
No. So actually my mom is Catholic and my dad is Jewish. So I'm not, but I was converted at birth. So they don't go to synagogue every week. We go for the holidays, and that's pretty much it.
So really Reformed.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, next question. So when are services?
So there's actually services every Friday night and Saturday morning for those who go.
Friday night and Saturday morning? So you go twice?
No, I don't.
But if you were really Jewish.
If I was really Jewish, yeah, I'd go Friday night and Saturday morning.
All right, got you. All right. So you go twice. So how do you manage that up here at Penn State? Well, you don't go probably, right? Because you're out partying, but
So recently, I never really started going to Shabbat till this year because I went to Israel for 2 months over the summer, and I really got more in touch with being Jewish, and it was kind of cool. We always had Shabbat dinner. We were more even if you were more Reformed, you came from a more Reformed background, we all found ourselves kind of celebrating it. And so this year I've started going to Chabad or Hillel. There's a couple organizations on campus that offer services for students, and they do dinner and it's kind of more of a community thing. Like I don't go there to recite Hebrew. I go there to like hang out with my friends and like eat food and
So can people who are not Jewish go?
yeah, for sure.
And so the celebration begins on Fridays at sundown. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
what does that mean? I mean, like, so Fridays at sundown, right? So that means if you were Orthodox, like you were really like grabbing on, what would that mean?
So if you were Orthodox, like that means you would like stop using electronics, like you'd go to services, you'd spend time with your family, you wouldn't use a car, like all the type of, it's like from Friday at sundown till Saturday at sundown, like that's like that's your day for holiness. That's what you just, that day of the week is, you know.
So for you all, as in being more reformed, more liberal in that way, and you're young, right? So who knows? That could change, because it changes for people. They like have experiences, but you're living in a Christian world where services are on Sunday. So you really, if you're Jewish, you're really adjusting, right? It's Friday night at sundown to Saturday night at sundown, and you really adjust to a different world. And I experienced that when I've been to Israel twice, and I was in Jerusalem. In Tel Aviv, I didn't even really notice it. But in Jerusalem, my whole life changed because I'm like, oh my God. And for the first time, I really started to understand I understood what it would be like to be Jewish in the United States. When my holidays, my service, my holy day does not blend and mesh with.
Yeah, I was also in Israel over the summer, and I was in Jerusalem on a Saturday, and there was like maybe a car on the road every 10 minutes. Like nothing was going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, even in Tel Aviv, like there are places open, but the buses don't run from 5 o'clock Friday to 6 o'clock on Saturday night, typically, and in the summer the hours are longer. But that's a real, there's a lot of debate. They're on a mayoral election right now. That's a lot of the debate. Should we keep the buses running for people who are more Orthodox because Tel Aviv is more Reformed? But in Jerusalem, there's nothing open.
So listen, quick question. Tell me in just a few short sentences, what does being Jewish mean to you?
To me personally, it just kind of means being a little different than everyone else, actually. Just because, growing up, there wasn't a lot of Jewish kids in my school, and even though I'm white and I look the same as most of my friends, especially after going to Israel, I realized I am different, just because of my religion. And that's not just religion; it's kind of more heritage as well.
Being Jewish to me is a sense of community. I love that I can go anywhere and play Jewish geography with a Jew, and we know the same people, we went to the same camp. That's what I've always loved about my religion, and it's one of the main reasons I came to Penn State, because I knew a lot of my Jewish friends in high school were going to come here, so I was never going to be alone.
So it's one of the cool things, and that emerges actually out of something that's really rather sad that I'm going to talk about in a little bit.